Hi, I'm Michael Beers from Flagship Yacht Sales. Thanks for joining me on board our 2023 MJM 35 listing. I've been lucky enough to be selling these boats since they made their debut in 2018. I've used them with clients, I've run them on my own. I've been out on some days that probably had no business being out in one of these, and I'm always impressed by what this boat can do. It really created its own market for a number of reasons. I think it's the first boat that combined a level of luxury with the finishes and the comfort on board, along with the performance, the seakeeping ability, and the range of use from day boating to really cruising for a couple that no one else in the market had done before. So let's look at a couple of those features that really stand out. So we're up here on the helm deck. It's about 90 degrees outside. We're lucky to have a little bit of breeze. And I've got the forward windshields open. These are actuated by these switches here. You even have a co-pilot switch down here, so your co-pilot can control their airflow. We've got the glass sides, something they added to the later boats. So glass sides slide right open when you want the airflow, but if it's a snotty day, you can keep them closed. Two big overhead hatches to scoop in a lot of air. And if we turn around and look aft, you can open up the centerpiece, or you can take that aft curtain off completely and have a true indoor-outdoor experience. This particular boat has a bimini aft to create even more shade. It's a sailboat style bimini, so if you want the sunlight, you just stow it in the aft position like you see here. More seating back here as well, an option to have an ice maker or a grill here, and some storage underneath for tumblers or garbage. So this particular boat is equipped with Mercury's V8 300s, a feature that came later in the MJM 35 run. The V8s have the joystick piloting, they've got skyhook position keeping, they'll give you a cruising speed north of 30 knots and a top speed approaching 50 knots. Plenty of power, they're quiet, and they're very easy to take care of. So there's a good reason why so many boaters have migrated to the outboard propulsion as that technology has evolved. Up here at the helm, we've got a big Garmin plotter. We have our Mercury vessel view, which gives us all the engine data we want. This vessel view also doubles as a backup plotter independent of the Garmin system. We've got our joystick here. This combines the joystick piloting, the autopilot functionality that'll steer a heading or a course, and also the skyhook. So if you're waiting for a fuel dock or you're waiting for a bridge to open, you simply hit that skyhook button and the boat will stay in place within about a boat length without you having to touch the wheel. A few other features on this boat: a DC-powered Seakeeper gyro stabilizer. That means you don't have to run the generator to power the Seakeeper. The zip wake interceptors, a little bit easier to use than trim tabs, more effective than trim tabs, and a bow thruster. You really don't need to use this bow thruster that often, but if you're ever in a situation where you're penned to the dock and a lot of breeze or a lot of current, that bow thruster is a good get-out-of-jail-free card. We already talked about the opening windshields. Another thing people don't always notice, stowed up here is a TV. If you don't want to tell your kids it's there, they'll never notice, but when you do want to watch the game, this just drops right down. And the way this is built in by the folks at MJM really shows you the level of attention to detail they bring to the product. So one of the areas you really see the quality of this boat is these machinery spaces, including the starboard lazarette here. This entire hatch lifts up. You've got your charging system. You've got some water tanks and pumps. These are the storage bags for the insert cushions for the V-berth. Everything is nicely finished all the way down to the non-skid so that if you have to climb down there and look for something, you're not slipping around. Let's step down below and take a closer look at what we've got. So I mentioned the idea of using this as a pocket cruiser, and while it's not huge down here, it really does give you everything you would need if it's a couple or a young family looking to get away for a weekend or more. I have had clients that have run this boat north-south from Florida to New York or vice versa and just enjoyed the trip down the ICW. The boat is fast enough and seaworthy enough that you can go offshore when the weather cooperates, but when you want to run inside, the outboards, the low bridge clearance make it really easy to run this boat on the ICW. You've got your own zone of air conditioning down here, totally independent from the air conditioning on the helm deck. Keeps it very comfortable. You've got lots of storage, and most importantly, you have a beautifully finished space. The soft goods are very high quality. The teak and cherry interior is very high quality. You've got fans, you've got ventilation. Here in the berth, there's a large insert piece that fills this in to create one large bed when you are spending the night aboard. The head, vacuum flush, freshwater head. There's a shower with a sump. Of course, there's a swim shower, hot-cold swim shower on the swim platform as well. And over in the galley, you've got a drawer-style fridge. We've got a deep sink. We've got a one-burner stove, a microwave, and lots of storage outboard for some provisions. Come see this boat in Mamaroneck, New York, where you can get a full tour. Visit flagshipyachtsales.com.